50 billion burgers a year. And the untold history of that obsession begins not in an American diner, but under a Mongol warrior's saddle 700 years ago. What happened between those 2 points rewrote how the entire world eats. The legend says 13th century Mongol horsemen stored raw beef under their saddles, letting the friction of hard riding tenderize it into a spreadable paste. While historians treat this as a colourful myth of nomadic survival, mobile trade networks did carry raw, minced meat traditions westward into Europe. By the 17th century, German cooks in the port city of Hamburg were preparing their own version: raw, finely chopped beef mixed with onions, regional spices, and breadcrumbs. In the 19th century, millions of German immigrants boarded transatlantic steamships bound for America. Ocean liners served this cheap, filling minced beef to passengers on the long voyage. When those families landed in New York, the dish landed with them. By 1873, Delmonico's restaurant put Hamburg steak on its high-end menu as an 11-cent plated dish, served hot and completely bunless. The transition from a plated steak to a handheld icon sparked an unresolved custody battle, with at least 5 different Americans claiming they invented the hamburger sandwich. In 1885, 15-year-old Charlie Nagreen flattened meatballs between bread slices at Wisconsin's Outagamie County Fair so visitors could eat while walking. That same year, concessionaires Frank and Charles Menches ran out of pork sausage at a New York fair, substituted ground beef, and named the creation after the town. In 1891, Oscar Bilby of Tulsa raised the stakes, serving a beef patty on his wife's homemade yeast buns to create the modern burger's ancestor. Yet, the federal government looks elsewhere. The Library of Congress officially credits Louis Lasson of New Haven, Connecticut, who in 1900 served ground beef between toast slices to a rushing businessman. Whether cradled by bread, buns, or toast, this shift to portability turned a sit-down meal into a walk-and-eat revolution. The dispute remains entirely unresolved, but each claimant still has passionate local supporters fighting for culinary glory. In 1921, the burger faced a massive hurdle: public trust. At the time, many Americans associated ground beef with food poisoning, rat meat, and diseased scraps. To clean up this dirty image, Walter Anderson and Edgar Ingram founded White Castle in Wichita, Kansas. Selling small, square burgers for just 5 cents, they built identical restaurants featuring bright stainless steel counters and open kitchens. They even ran newspaper advertisements inviting the public to tour their facilities and inspect their cleanliness. The small, square patties were designed to cook rapidly, steam grilling on a bed of onions from below and above simultaneously. By 1930, White Castle had expanded to 115 locations across the country. By combining strict sanitation with highly standardized recipes, they did more than sell cheap meals. They pioneered the modern fast food business model. In 1940, Richard and Maurice McDonald opened a barbecue drive-in in San Bernardino, California. By 1948, they did something radical. They shut down for 3 months, discarding car hops and long menus. Reopening with a simplified offering of just burgers, fries, and shakes, they introduced the Speedy service system. By applying factory logistics to food, they turned cooking into an assembly line. Each worker performed a single task, producing 15-cent burgers in under 60 seconds. In 1954, milkshake machine salesman Ray Kroc visited the busy stand. Impressed by the mechanical speed, he bought franchising rights that year and took full control by 1961. Through the 1970s and the 1980s, this standardized formula expanded into over 100 countries, turning the American burger into a universal symbol. Its ultimate triumph came on January 31st, 1990, when the first Soviet McDonald's opened in Moscow's Pushkin Square, drawing 30,000 people on day one. Americans now consume 50 billion burgers every year, averaging 3 per person every single week. This massive appetite fuels a global market worth over $500 billion annually. During the 2000s, the Better Burger movement repositioned the cheap staple as a premium product. Brands like Five Guys and Shake Shack normalized $15 to $25 price tags. In 2016, food technology stepped in with the launch of the plant-based Impossible Burger. Using soy protein and heme, this patty was engineered to bleed, sizzle, and taste like real beef. But the peak of burger decadence belongs to Las Vegas. Fleur served the Fleur Burger 5000, a $5,000 creation featuring Wagyu beef, truffles, and foie gras, paired with a bottle of vintage Petrus wine. The simple fairground snack had claimed its place at the highest table of luxury. Subscribe for more culinary history. Today, the burger reigns as the ultimate culinary chameleon, bridging backyard grills with elite fine dining. Its evolution never stops. Subscribe for more fascinating history.